Okay. See how many takes this takes. Sorry about that. We've had a lot of work. Okay. Smoking Beau's Barbecue. I'm your host, Beau Briscoe. It's been a while since we've been, and you'll notice it as we start to cook. Sounds like someone just got tased next door. And let me know what you say. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Smoking Beau's Barbecue. I'm your host, Beau Briscoe. It's been a while since we've thrown out a video. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes life gets in the way. I had to run to Louisiana, had a death in the family. Work takes place also, so it's okay. We're back to business. So today is bologna day. So a lot of people have asked me about this growing up in Oklahoma and down in Louisiana. Smoked bologna is a very, very hot commodity. It's cheap for the most part compared to briskets and pulled pork and stuff like that. And well, I don't know, tastes great. Good on sandwiches, good just to eat as a little snack. So we're gonna get after it and see how this goes. So what we have here is a 4-pound boar's head bologna that we got just local grocery store. And we're going to cut this bad boy open. Now, bologna is not too difficult to smoke. I've done this before, way back in the day, long before we ever started doing, you know, big league barbecue. And it doesn't take long. It takes about, you know, we got about a 4-pound bologna here, and it's going to take about 2, maybe 3 hours. The reason for this is because bologna is an emulsified sausage, just similar to, it's basically a hot dog. Whereas a sausage would maybe have like really thick chunks of meat in it that's ground down. This has been ground and blended to the point that it's emulsified. Just like a hot dog, it's already pre-cooked, so you don't have to worry about any kind of food sanitation issues and whatnot. However, it does have a little bit different spices than hot dogs do. So we are just going to cut that casing off right there and peel it off. That way we have a nice giant piece of meat. Now, a couple things. Bologna is already pre-seasoned. It already has seasonings in it, so you can smoke these exactly how they are. I used to do that, and it's really good. It's very porous. It's going to absorb a lot of smoke. But I want to have a little bit of a bark and a little bit of a crust on it, just kind of have a similar how we do everything else. So I'm going to slather it, and then we are going to just use the plain old salt and pepper that we use. Now this is all beef bologna, so I'm not going to use the pork rub that I normally use. We're just going to use the 50-50 salt and pepper mix that we use for all the beef products. So before I slather this thing, first thing that we want to do is take our knife, and we want to score this thing, okay? About a 1/4 inch, okay, maybe about a 1/2 inch, and we're just going to go all the way down. Start at the end, score it all the way down. We're going to leave our gap about 1 inch to 1.5 inches in between each score line. The reason for this is as the meat cooks or smokes, it's going to shrink a little bit. And as it shrinks, these score lines are going to open up and create more surface area in order for it to grab some more smoke. Now, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to score it all the way around, just like this. Then we'll go up a little bit more, and we'll do it again. Up a little bit more, do it one more time. And for funsies, let's get one more out of it right here on the end cap. And that's it. Just Nice and scored, got little 1 inch, 1.5 cubes on it, and you'll notice it as we start to cook. All right, little mustard slather, just like we do for everything else. Normally we do things on a cutting board, but today I figured I would try to keep things a little cleaner. My mustard is stopped up. Hold please. Let us unstop the mustard. There it goes. Got it, coach. Look at that, nice and slathery. Y'all are enjoying this way too much. All right. A little salt and pepper. Now, if you're ever going to season this, you have to use some kind of slather. If you notice, a lot of it's going to kind of fall off. You have to use some kind of slather, or you have to wet it down somehow, because the actual casing, well, not the casing, but the skin that's formed on the bologna won't hold any seasoning on it. Not too heavy, just enough to stick on the outside a little bit. And then I'm gonna tilt it over, get a little bit on this end here. Bam. Slap that guy down just a little bit, and then we're gonna slap it on a smoker. So today we are working with 225 degrees. Again, it's pre-cooked. You don't want to burn it. You don't want to go 250. You don't want to go 275. Even if you're using a larger smoker that uses higher temperatures, you want to keep it low. I'm going to keep this between 200 and 225. If you keep the temperature too high, it will char the outside, and it's going to taste exactly like that, like char, and it's going to dry the meat out to the point that when you take a bite of it, it's just going to suck all the moisture out of your mouth. It's not good. You don't want to do that. Low and slow with these. It's only going to take a couple hours. So see you then. All right, welcome back. It has now been 3 hours on the dot. So let's see what we got. Oh. Nice and dark. You see how it split open on where we did all the scores. Actually, could have probably done a few more scores, but it looks pretty good. So let's get it out of here and get it tasted up. How's this bottom look? Just fine. Now with bologna, like I said before, bologna is already pre-cooked. You don't have to worry about getting it to any specific internal temperature. Once you get all the way to the middle, you just really want it warm. So we're gonna cut this guy up. I'm just gonna cut a big hunk off here, off the end of it, and we're gonna see what it looks like and see what it tastes like. Looks like bologna. That's one of the neat things about smoked bologna. It doesn't really change too much. Just gonna it's gonna be warm. It's gonna have a little taste to it. So just gonna cut a little hunk off of here like that, and gunk. It is a very large mouthful of bologna, and God dang it, that's good. All right, so that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot to this video, pretty simple little cook. You can take these, you can slice them up into little discs and use them for sandwiches. We actually, for us, we like to just chunk it up like this. Throw it in the pan. Pop a little bit of the homemade sauce on it. And then serve that with some bread and some mac and cheese, and that's dinner. So that's what we got going on tonight. Thank you guys for watching. We'll start getting the videos out a little bit more often. Who knows what we're gonna cook next. If you got some ideas or if you like what you see, leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you want to see me cook next. Thanks.